Hello, good morning. We are in a special place today that has nothing to do with real estate, but perhaps it has. And actually, it's a place that it has magic here. We are with Jessica Garibay, and we are at a shelter, a dog shelter that is called A Dog's New Life. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Fine. We are planning to do this one since a lot of time ago, but it never happens. I have a lot of questions to make you about the shelter, how you arrived here, when you started, what you need, everything. But I think it will be much better if you can tell us your story about this place, what are your needs, and especially the incredible job that you are doing with the dogs.
Muy bien, thank you so much for that. Um, Dogs New Life is a very special place, as you say. Thank you so much for giving us the time to share with all of you what is this magic place. We rescue dogs in in a lot of need of medical attention.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, Mexico it's a place that has a lot of street dogs, many dogs abandoned that don't know how to survive on the street. So unfortunately, they get into a point that um, they get really ill or hit by a car or yeah, they don't know how to survive. So we rescue those dogs and we bring them here, we rehabilitate them, and then we put them for adoption to Canada or the States. So if you're watching us from Canada or the States and you are interested in a dog, you can adopt a dog from us.
Now that you mentioned that one is something that we have to clarify since the beginning because many times I call you and I said, I found a dog in the street, but you only rescue dogs that are in bad medical conditions, right? Not the
Correct.
ones that are abandoned, but they are okay.
Yes, yes. As I say, Mexico has a terrible problem with the street dogs. So a lot of abandon, a lot of that are born on the streets,
Uh-huh.
and they are totally fine. They know how to survive, they know how to hunt, and they are totally fine because they are dogs. That's how a dog should live,
Okay.
wild. Um, but we started to humanize, I don't know how it says in English, but we start to do that with the dogs. So then families get puppies, they feed them, and they make them live in their home. And then when they grow up, they don't want them anymore and they abandon them. So those
But
puppies they have no idea
how to
how to
survive?
survive on the street. So that's the main problem here in Mexico. And because we have thousands of those dogs, we cannot rescue all of them. So we need to focus on the ones that are really in bad shape, that are almost dying.
But you send dogs to Canada and the States.
Yes.
Why they adopt dogs from Mexico? Because they don't have dogs in the street, because they don't have shelters. Why is the reason that we have so many dogs in the street and they don't?
Well, one is a culture. In Canada and the States, the culture is completely different with animals. They take care of the dogs, and they don't have dogs on the street because people really take care of them. Of course, it happens. Of course, there are areas where they abandon dogs, or even in for example, in Canada, the Indian reserves, they have hundreds of street dogs because they don't know how to, um, treat animals. So that's a very good question because a lot of people get mad at us because they say, why you send dogs to Canada or the States when we have our own problem? Yes, they have problems with the street dogs or they have shelters that are full. But
Okay.
there are two things that people should know about. One thing is that shelters in Canada or the States are extremely difficult to adopt. For example, you have kids, you cannot adopt. You don't have a patio or yard, you cannot adopt. You are under 25, you cannot adopt. You are over 55, you cannot adopt. So they have so many restrictions that there are people that are good people for dogs that are denied because the restrictions that they have over there. That's one thing. Another thing is that if you see the dogs that they have, they are dogs that are pit bulls,
Okay.
pit bull mix, German shepherds, some of the problematic dogs.
Okay.
And even here, like we have so many that aren't adoptable because they are dogs that people don't want.
And they are going to stay here for
And
a.
they are going to stay here forever. So that's those two things are the main things why we send dogs to Canada.
Is there any, maybe that this one could be the last question, but I'm going to put it at the beginning. Is there a way to finish or to end with the dogs in the street problem?
In Mexico,
Yes.
no,
No way.
there is no way. A lot of people call me racist, but because of the years that I've been doing that and I've been trying to find a solution, I realized that, yeah, unfortunately, it's the culture. The problem that we have with dogs, with the street dogs in Mexico, is because of the culture. It doesn't mean that has to be people with no education. That's not the issue. I have friends. I have one of my best friends. She has a master degree. She has the perfect job. Da da da. She adopted a dog and then abandoned the dog in a house with her dad, and like the dog doesn't go out on the streets to walk.
I'm being your friend.
And being my friend, and she is like super smart. So it's like it doesn't matter what's your education, it's the culture. So to change a culture,
It will take forever. What do you think if we are going to, if we can start? You show us more or less the place, and we continue talking.
yes,
in
yes.
the,
So I'm gonna. This place is where I have all the puppies. As you can see there, the destroyers. Everything that you put, they destroy. So this is Puppyland, and the next area that we are going to visit is where we have all the dogs that are over 6 months.
Okay.
So let's go over there. I'll show you.
How many dogs do you have now?
173
Ouch! How many kilos do they eat per day?
kilos is,
Or pounds, whatever.
yeah, in kilos because I don't know pounds, but in kilos we go through 50 kilos a day.
What happened if the other ones came here?
Nothing really, but they, because they are dogs that they don't know, they start to like what's going
Okay.
on here, and because there are so many, it's a little bit scary sometimes.
So in this area we have, and they are more than 6 months.
Yes, yes, these are puppies. They are mixed, really. 2 years, 3 years, puppies that are over 6 months. Yeah. So when we bring new dogs, we put them in one area, and we have to spend a couple of hours with that dog because we need to figure out in what area they will go. So they are like humans. If they don't like, they might not like a dog. So, but instead of ignoring the dog, they will fight. So that's why we need to spend a couple of hours with each new dog and see in what area that dog will be.
And you told me that you have like 5 or 4 or
We
5
have 5 areas.
different
5,
areas.
Yes, 5 different.
The dogs that I can see here, it seems to be that they are very, very, I mean, that someone take care of them. Even if they are dogs from the street, they are in good condition. Is it because of you, or is it because they came here in this condition?
No, it's because of us. This is how they are already rehabilitated. Because the ones that are, for example, the new rescues are on a different area that are just in a kennel alone, recovering, and then they go out in the areas.
So you have a veterinarian working with you.
No, we have a vet that we go to, but nobody comes or, yeah. We have to pay them and we have to take the dog to them.
Again, I have so many questions. How many dogs do you have coming every month? And how many dogs can you send to Canada or the States per month?
It varies a lot because in the low season there are no flights to Canada.
Okay.
So what we do send some dogs because that's kind of our main um, income for feeding them and paying the vet bills and everything is the adoption fee. That's the strongest income that we have. So in low seasons, because we don't have flights to Canada, we have to send them to the States, in this case, for example, to Seattle, and then adopters from Canada pick them up in Seattle.
Okay.
They drive to Seattle to pick up the dog and then they drive back to Canada. That's how we do it. But so it varies a lot. In high season, we have more flight angels and more dogs flying, in low season, less. But average, for example, last year, we had almost 200 dogs that we rescue and we have 180 something adoptions. So it was very
Very good.
very level, the adoptions against the
How many people are working here?
4 people plus me.
But all of them are volunteers.
No, all of the people that work here, they are staff that we pay. And we also have volunteers. Like, for example, my right hand, Karen, she's been with me for like 5 years, almost since the started. And she's 100% volunteer. And she does, oh my God, a lot.
In 5 years, a lot of hours. And what is the main? I mean, you told us that adoptions is one of the main incomes, and the rest?
Donations and we work for, as we were talking before about it, I don't like to be depending on people sending us money, giving us money. So I like to work and do things to generate income for the shelter. So one of the things we do is we sell all of our t-shirts, like this t-shirt, very cute t-shirt with our logo.
Those are very nice.
And we have different styles, so we sell them at the markets, like La Cruz Market, and when
Okay.
it's high season, we set up tables in different places to sell all our merchandise. We have a lot of volunteers that give us things, like they buy earrings or they make earrings, handmade earrings, and they give us one of our a good follower and supporter. She just gave us 80 earrings that she made, beautiful, so we can sell them and generate money. And then other volunteers, they buy different stuff for us to print and sell, and that's how some people help us. Also, another thing that we do is we ask people for donations, like everything that they don't use anymore, but it's in good conditions, like secondhand, they give us, and then we set up bazaars,
Okay.
secondhand bazaars in different areas for Mexicans mainly, and then we generate some income there too.
How many shelters like this one exist in Puerto Vallarta? Well, not like this one, like these conditions, but I mean shelters.
About 5.
Right. So a lot of abandoned dogs. Can we go and see the other areas?
Yes. This is area, we call this area 2. We have to name the areas so the workers, when we ask for something or if something happened in an area, they know,
Correct.
oh, that happened in area 1, area 2, etc. So this one is area 2. You will see, for example, that dog is in a big kennel, and you will wonder why this dog is in a big kennel. Well, because that dog is aggressive with other dogs.
But he is aggressive with other dogs, but he could be with people.
Oh yeah, yeah. All of the dogs that we have here, except one, is they are all good with people. Yeah.
Okay. So this is area number
This
2.
is number 2. And then we are going to enter to, we call the building. So this is the building, what we just saw, and that's where we have all of our new rescues that are injured, and that's where they go, and the ones that are old or elderly.
It's incredible. You told me that it's like 5,000 square meters,
Yes.
all the shelter,
Yeah, the whole
and
place.
it's a donation.
Yes, it is.
So there are people that cares about dogs still. Which are the main things that you need besides money to maintain this one? And this is one of the questions. And the other question is the one that I already made out of the camera. What happens if once you are not here because you are sick or whatever? How do you do to maintain this one working?
Well, that's a scary question because, yeah, if I'm not here, who is going to take care of this and who is going to do everything? I have no idea. So that's why I'm not allowed to get sick. And you know what is funny? That I haven't get sick because I don't allow myself to get sick. So I haven't get sick.
So you have to maintain this one forever.
Yeah, but yeah, eventually I think we need to figure out who else will be the person that will follow me. I will never leave this place. Like this is my life and this is the only thing that have really make me 100% happy. And yeah, I'm not abandon this for anything. But if something happened, like we said, if we, yeah, I don't know. So
You have people that help you, you have people that are volunteers, and especially in high season. But I remember once that you were a little sad. You have also people that talk bad about your job, that
yeah,
it's against your job.
yes.
Why?
I think because they are ignorant, because they don't know, and they just imagine things. It's people that they've never come here to see how it's happening or why or. But that's everywhere. That's with everything.
Yeah.
Like in any job or in anything people do is the same. It's just people.
We are going to put your account and all your information in our video, so the people that want to donate, you have to do that, can do that, and you can get a little bit of more money. And what about in high season? Do you allow the people to come here and to see how it works and everything if they are foreigners?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 days a week where people can come and walk dogs, Wednesdays and Saturdays in the morning.
Okay.
If they don't have transportation, we meet in a point in Bucerias and we bring them with different cars because we have so many volunteers in high season that we've had like 30 people walking dogs.
Wow.
Amazing.
That is nice.
And yeah, everybody is invited. That's one thing. The second thing is that we just opened the area that is, well, we are going to open in November, that is Poppyland, because we have, the previous years, we had so many people asking if they could come with kids. And we always say no, because this, as you can see, sometimes for kids, it's very overwhelming. Even for an adult, it's overwhelming.
Correct.
So that area of Poppyland is going to be especially for people with kids that are going to be welcome to come and enjoy some time with the puppies, swim with the puppies,
Wow.
and play with the puppies. So that's going to be fabulous for this high season.
Amazing. I think more or less that cover all my question. I don't know if you have something else to.
Yeah, you were asking about the donation.
The donation, the most important.
The most important things that we need is food for the dogs, and I'm going to explain you why we need money. Because here we don't have services. We don't have water that comes from the city. So we have to buy trucks of water. Every truck of water, it costs 1,000 pesos, and we need 8 of them in a month. So that's 8,000 pesos a month just for
Just for
water.
water.
And then we have people, the staff, they are not volunteers. We need to pay them a salary. So that payroll for a week is 18,000 pesos. So just on those two things, imagine how much money we need. And then just have to sum the medications, the vet bills, because they are not free, and the food. So our expenses a month are a little bit over 200,000 pesos. So that is the reason why we need money money as donation. And I totally understand when people say we are very hesitant to give money because we don't know how it's going to be used. Well, I invite you to come to the shelter and see the place, and that is a way you will find out how everything is and how the doggies are, so you will realize where your money is going. I believe more in seeing
Yes,
than
absolutely.
putting a document on online saying this month we spend this amount of money. Yeah, everybody can make up numbers and put numbers on a page, but not everybody can show all of this and show you how everything is.
No, and I can guarantee that because I know you since a lot of time, and I never came here. It's the first time, and actually I didn't imagine that it was like this one. And it's as you said. I mean, if you see this one, you can give yourself an idea of how much money you need. I mean, 170 dogs making poo, being, and they are very good. I mean, you have to clean this one, you have to maintain this one, and it's perfect for them. So yes, it's as you said. It's better to see the place rather than to see the account.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the area where we do our spay and neuter clinics. We do one spay and neuter clinic every month for the dogs that we rescue in that month, and we invite some other people that are rescuers to bring dogs to spay and neuter here for a very.
And are they coming?
Yeah, but it's not so many. Like every clinic, it's between 20-25 dogs.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, 20 that are not going to have babies it's very important.
Yeah.
Jessica, thank you very much for opening us your place. Your work is amazing. I didn't realize that. Well, I imagine that there are people that do this one, but we never see so close. We are going to post your video with all your information, and I hope that the people that see this one can help Jessica to continue with the work that she is doing, which actually it's incredible. Remember, 173 dogs, all from the street. So I think it's a good idea if you can help her. So we are going to put all the information. Thank you very much for this one. And I don't know if you want to say something else.
Thank you so much, Jorge. Thank
No,
you
it
for
was my
doing this
pleasure.
for us. Gracias.